Hello once again, this is Ezekiel Garcia here at the Game On Expo in Mesa for guffandstuff.net. I'm here with Metal Jesus. How you doing, man?
Good, and I'm going to stare at both cameras. That way it's a bitch to edit.
I'm not gonna lie, when we were first doing this, I kind of had this thing going on where I would have trouble focusing on both cameras at the same time. But anyways, so we're here at Game On Expo, and what brings you here? What allowed you to decide to come here to Mesa?
Yeah, so how's it going? So is that the main camera?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, so see, I'm a video editor myself. So Gamester81 brought me here. So he is a longtime friend of mine. Gamester, we were part of the All Gen Gamers podcast for a couple years. Jason Heine, and he invited me down. Never been to Arizona, and I want to come support him. Yeah.
Nice. And so far, I know you just barely got here, but was there anything that's of definite interest that you've seen so far?
Well, yes. So a couple things. I'm always looking for big box PC games, and they're getting hard to find, and so that's cool to go to new areas and pick through that stuff because not a lot of people care. The other thing is that there's a bunch of Famicom and Super Famicom games down here. See, in Seattle, where I'm from, people have picked them over. People collect Famicom and Super, and so there's tons of them around here. And sometimes they're like $3, $5, where the US equivalent is like $20, $30. So I'm buying them all up. So that's pretty sweet.
Yeah. And another thing I noticed about, especially with a lot of the the individual game cartridges, is that they're a lot more reasonably priced than you would find on eBay. Because I was telling one of the vendors here that I actually found a copy of Final Fantasy VII for $600. You know what I mean? So yeah, a lot of these guys, a lot of these people like to hike the price. It's just, I guess, just based on the fact that, they consider them a rarity now because these are older consoles, so automatically they have to have some sort of extreme value. So
yeah, that's we've been seeing that in the last 5 years essentially of the prices. It's supply and demand, and so I have a lot of friends who own retro stores in Seattle, and I can't really fault them for charging what people will pay. And some people, that might be the one game that might be their holy grail, and they may pay $600, and more power to them. You know what I mean? It's not for me. I can't have a big collection and pay that much money for stuff, but it's the market that we live in. But for me, though, I'm always looking for hidden gems, the games that people haven't heard of necessarily that are still $5 to $10. That's kind of what I look for.
Right. Yeah, and in Seattle, how many stores are there in terms of finding these old cartridges, just memorabilia? Because here in Arizona, I'm not gonna lie, it can be a little scarce, because we do have Zia Records, and they do sell, old cartridges, old NES cartridges, Super Nintendo. But in Seattle, how is that? How easy it is to find a store, that has all these cartridges, something that you can definitely find, that you can't really find anywhere else.
Sure. So in Seattle, we're blessed to have a lot of gamers there. We have 300 game developers in our area. So Nintendo of North America is there, Microsoft, Sony, EA is in there. And so there's a big culture for video games. And so that leads to collecting as well. And some of the world's biggest game collections are also there. So to answer your question, we have, last time I counted, I think 11 or 12 stores in the area. And so that's pretty crazy, right? But it's cool because they're also very friendly down here as well. At our gaming conventions, everyone pours in there and all the games show up and people just go crazy. So it's cool.
And tomorrow you're going to be doing a panel.
Yeah.
Could you give us a quick little preview as what we have in store for Metal Jesus? This panel.
Yeah, so I'm going to basically kind of cover what you've been talking about here is how you should basically collect on a budget. So because I'm certainly not rich and I don't pay $600 for games, so I'm going to give you some of my best tips for collecting on a budget, and then I'll do a quick little Q&A thing.
Excellent. So yeah, thank you so much, Metal Jesus. It's been great to finally meet you for the first time.
Awesome, thanks.
Yeah, not a problem. Thank you, and hopefully we'll catch you again some other time. And this is Ezekiel Garcia for guffandstuff.net. You guys take care.
guffandstuff.net